First of all, I'm very thankful for this experience because I've learned a lot I've never imagined.
This week was very interesting and also impressive for me because we got a perspective and an overview on the United States that I didn't expect having here.
À travers ce programme, j'ai permis de développer mon leadership. Aussi, ça m'a permis d'avoir beaucoup de connaissances et de contacts qui vont servir à ma communauté une fois de retour dans le pays.
We have sat with billionaires, we have sat with people who are influencing their community at a grassroots level.
There will be economic return, and there will be also more friendship. For me, these have more long-term value than anything, than any program that you guys are doing.
And there are regional efforts that we do fund under the program called the International Visitor Leadership Program that brings for 3 weeks young parliamentarians from different regions to the United States for exchanges. They'll see a few different cities. Maybe we'll take them to Cleveland this year if we can find a way. And try to get them to develop that relationships amongst each other and talk about shared challenges that they're facing in their respective countries. But I think something that's global with kind of focused on young parliamentarians would be fabulous.
This traineeship program, which it was really great, I can say, because I had the possibility to meet people from different countries.
Ce qui m'a marqué autour de cette expérience, le Give1 Global Leadership Programme, il y a 3 choses que je vais retenir. Le premier, c'est la persévérance. J'ai rencontré des leaders et d'autres personnes qui excellaient dans leur domaine et qui m'ont fait part de leur parcours. Lorsqu'on a visité le Sénat américain, nous avons rencontré un homme du Congrès qui s'appelle Al Green. Et ce qui m'avait marqué avec lui, c'était son humilité et sa disponibilité auprès des gens.
They didn't die from the cold without. They died from the cold within.
The thing that I found most touching was the stories. You know, everyone is so different, but everyone is also similar in so many different ways. And we were able to draw inspiration from each other's stories, from each other's individuality. And that to me was the best part. Not only connecting with people professionally, but personally, and learning why they do what they do. And that was the best thing that I got out of this experience.
For 2 years I was doing that job and I felt very empty and I started going through depression in New York and decided to go home to reflect on my life. I woke up a month later, paralyzed with no memory. For 6 months I didn't really know who I was, and in the book I emphasized that I didn't know my name. My parents told me I was an artist and decorated my hospital room into an art gallery, which is why I'm wearing all white today, and put paintings everywhere. They told me I was an artist. Sometimes they would tell me I was a photographer, sometimes they would tell me I'm a web designer, and I would just believe whatever they told me, and I would just do that in those days. So in 6 months I learned to design websites. I started editing photos. My mom would take pictures of me and give them to me, telling me that I was a famous artist.
I would like to be remembered throughout history for great achievements, not great failures. I want people to remember me after I'm gone through my music, fashion, and my work. That thought alone motivates me to overcome struggles as they come. I want my future kids, friends, and family to remember someone who was all about never giving up when times were rough.
Et également, c'était une occasion particulière d'avoir accès à des endroits spécifiques ici aux États-Unis.
Hello, my name is Matherine Zama. I'm currently a senior at Anacostia High School. I'm planning on attending Princeton and double majoring, performing art and psychology, and planning on getting my PhD in psychology. So that's about it, and I really appreciate you guys coming to my school for a visit.
We went to the Mexican embassy. We had a great time there.
One thing I believe so fundamentally is regardless of who you are or what you look like, everyone can be a leader. Everyone has leadership potential, but few of us become leaders. Very few of us are willing to take the risks and the sacrifices necessary to bring that leadership out of us. So I learned more than anything else that leadership comes from the inside.
I think what I've learned the most is that in this world there are no problems, there are solutions.
I mean, and if you have a dream, I knew I wanted to be in international work. I knew I needed to get international experience. Go out and pursue it. Knock on every door to do it. It's easy to have a little life. I mean, it's harder to keep going and saying, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to go.
Or we went to the Benin ambassador's house, which it was a new experience for me. So it was really, really great.
I'd like to thank the Give1Project for this opportunity. This past week, I've been to places that I've only seen and have never actually had access to. Being in the US for pretty much my whole life, I've been through Washington, D.C. millions of times, but this is the first time I've been inside the White House, and this is the first time I've met White House staff.
Also, thank Kevin and Dr. Sane for we're going to keep it moving, because the same issues that you have here, we have here in immigration. That's what the Europeans are having. She talks about it now. In Africa, it's the same thing. But together, globally, we can find global solutions and help move our countries forward and help the needy. Because what's hurting those immigrants in those countries is hurting us too. I was with her in Mexico just 2 weeks ago. When we visited those houses and met those women who are trying to travel here with those trends and gangs. It's very tough to see that. So thank you for the work you guys do.
Yeah, I've given my contact information.
Yes, I'll share his contact information for follow-up questions you have. You'll be your guy here in the White House. Now you got a guy in the White House.
It had been my first time in the United States. It had been exceptional. I mean, it was my first time in the United States, and I went inside the White House. It had been something fantastic. No one could imagine. If you don't attend it, you can't imagine how fantastic.
C'est une semaine passée ici avec ma visite à la Maison Blanche vont me donner encore beaucoup plus de force et d'énergie à continuer encore et encore à lutter pour une sortie de précarité des jeunes, pour un emploi des jeunes et pour une autre vision des jeunes.
Comme vous le savez, la jeunesse actuelle a besoin d'être guidée et aussi a besoin de certains modèles, particulièrement pour la diaspora africaine dont je suis issu. Et aussi, je pense qu'en tant qu'Africain, on doit toujours garder un regard vers là où on vient. Et garder aussi une certaine compassion avec les personnes qui souffrent et qui méritent aussi d'être aidées.
Ce matin, j'ai partagé mon histoire avec bon nombre de personnes. Il m'est arrivé de connaître beaucoup d'échecs dans mes études. Et souvent, certaines personnes, pour me décourager ou pour m'humilier, avaient tendance à souvent ramener à l'ordre du jour cette faiblesse que j'avais dans mes études, comme par exemple où j'ai passé le baccalauréat 4 fois et j'ai fini par l'avoir au bout de la 4e fois. Et je disais ce matin que très tôt j'ai compris qu'on n'avait pas besoin d'avoir des grands diplômes pour changer le monde.
I think that one of the most important things that happened this week is that all the meetings that we went aid the international comprehension. That is one of the most important themes of our contemporary world.
Yeah, so imagine if every person in here represented an individual cause, right? And this is what the nonprofit world looks like. Everybody's representing something different. Someone's representing homelessness, someone's representing domestic violence, someone's representing veterans, someone's representing education for K through 12, someone's representing higher education.
But at the end of the day, always remember
People can endorse you all day. Support is in a check, period.
So if you go into the database, you enter these 11 names, you're gonna have the whole ball game. So we went into it, we took it out, we did a letter from the governor in Vietnamese, and I'm not kidding you, like in some cities, the Vietnamese community, who is very discreet and normally doesn't turn out that much, they were coming to the polls on election day, and we were crying about it, coming into the polls with the letter from the governor, saying, he just told me I have to vote, so where do I do that? And that's very important because all of this stuff is moving people. So you got to be where they are, and you got to talk to them about issues they care about.
Being here in DC with Give1Project gave me a very great impression. Despite the diversity of the cultures and people from all over the world came together to learn something new, to take their work to the next level, is something remarkable. I have learned and get exposed to how the US system of democracy, of immigration and other political agendas, how everything works, how the culture would impact your growth at your personal level, at your professional level, at the global aspects.
So apart from some speeches that I believe were very interesting, like Bernadette's speech, because very inspirational.
So all of these experiences help give us a more insightful idea of what the globe has to offer and how we as young leaders can be part of that global experience. I have been able to connect with people to talk about ideas to bring back to Cleveland, Ohio, and to Ohio in general, to help bring economic opportunities, social opportunities, and to be able to help young people from my area to also travel outside of just their local communities and experience new people and new environments.
I think the Give1Project for this opportunity, it was definitely a once in a lifetime. I've really enjoyed the friendships that I've made. I'm really excited to use the connections that I've made with, higher officials here in the US to be able to figure out how they can assist myself and those that I work with on the groundwork. And yeah, it's been an amazing experience, and I'm incredibly blessed and thankful.
In this seminar, I learned how to build my leadership, to build a global community, to meet new people that can help me improve my leadership in the future. With this program, I can help my other brother in the country that can achieve their dream, to achieve it. Poor children, women, orphans, with my leadership, I can help them build new things and help people to improve their leadership by doing with me. And I recommend people to join this group to build a global community, a strong community for the future.
I want you guys to know, most of you know Tom, okay? Most of you know he goes everywhere around the world to make sure, as he mentioned, that this vision that he has about young people being able to make difference, in their community is happening. He's somebody who doesn't sleep. He talked about 3, 4, 5 a.m., but he does the same thing. He's never tired. He's always up, always working very hard to make sure that there are more of us really, who could, have access to these opportunities. Everything that we have been able to do this week, it's all because of him and the relationships, working relationships that he has been able to really establish for all these years that he's been here in the US. So I really wanted to take a moment, for all of us to stand up and really thank Mr. Chonya.
Despite a lot of pressure, you're coordinating a lot of people at the same time, but the smile was always there. The peace is always around the people, which is something really make me feel I'm at home. This is something I will definitely talk about. This is something I will definitely take it to next level, promote it, because we cannot reach to a peaceful world without such feelings.
What was really important here was connecting with different human beings from different parts of the world and sharing our stories, sharing our different experiences, and being able to discover other cultures, but also discover ourselves. Being in a foreign country for me, because this is my first time in the US.
This is actually my second year for this program, and
I think for the most part this year was a little bit different. We got a chance to actually engage more and learn from each other more, and understanding the issues that are affecting our communities, and knowing that these issues are not only here or as prospective countries, but as global. These problems are global. So understanding what we need to do collectively is what I learned this year's program, and also getting to meet all these people from around the world. Learning from them, it's really something that I'll never forget. The opportunity to build this relationship and connect and learn from each other, I think will go a long way. And the mission of this program and the vision of our president, I think will go a long way of building future leaders and making the world a better place.
And I use amazingly incredible as the exact phrase because it was amazingly incredible, was the people that I met here. My goodness, I had never had so much exposure to people from Europe, from Africa, Central America, to the Middle East. I've never had that kind of exposure before. And you would think with people who are all around the world, people come from completely different cultures, there would be some sort of tension or misunderstanding, miscommunication. There was none. It was solid friendship. There was love between the people of all these different countries, 18 different countries. It's unbelievable. It's unexpected. That's beautiful.